From Storm Trucker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We are completely dry across mid-Michigan tonight, but still holding on to some very dense cloud cover. Temperature-wise, we're still at 29 degrees here in the city of Lansing and St. John's, 27 for our current temperature in Howell, as well as down towards the state line in places like Hillsdale and over in Coldwater. Even though we are dry right now, you'll notice on satellite and radar there is a system off to our west, which is expected to bring us another round of very light snow as we move into the second half of the day tomorrow. So we are staying dry, but overall still going to be very cloudy overnight tonight. It's going to be another chilly start to the day tomorrow, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper teens. We'll have more details in just a bit. 6 News at 6 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 6.
Michigan State University has a new head football coach with an award-winning track record. It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran.
And I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Today, Michigan State University introduced one of the winningest football coaches in Big Ten history.
Pat Fitzgerald was officially named and recognized as MSU's head football coach at a press conference on campus earlier today.
6 News sports director Ian Kress was at that press conference and joins us now live at Michigan State.
Ian, what did you find out today?
Hey, Jorma. Hey, Siobhan. We were just at that press conference, and you can tell Pat Fitzgerald is fired up to be leading the Spartans. We were just at the press conference. We have made our way over to the Breslin Center for tonight's men's basketball game, and Fitzgerald is expected to be in attendance for the basketball game. It'll be his first chance to be in front of the Is Zone, and he is going to have a warm welcome to East Lansing. Fitzgerald said he had about 8 teams reach out to him for a head coaching position, and he said when he got off the phone with Michigan State, he could sense the excitement his family had for that opportunity, and that really helped solidify things for him. Fitzgerald knows he has to hit the ground running because early signing day is tomorrow. He has been on the phone since last night calling players who are currently committed to the program, as well as some of the current players to see how they're feeling and why they want to stay with Michigan State, or maybe they have intentions to move on from Michigan State. Either way, Fitzgerald knows Michigan State is committed to building the football program back up. Going back to Jay Batt, when he was hired as athletic director over the summer, Batt said Michigan State can be a top 10 athletic department, and Fitzgerald believes that.
When we started having our conversations, I got really excited to see the alignment, by President Guskowitz and his vision on where he wants the athletics department to be. Jay articulated, to be a top 10 athletics department driven with success in football, discussing, different areas within supporting the players and supporting the program. That was my focus. And as I looked around the landscape and we see some I would call them, non-traditional powers that are playing for conference championships or maybe in the playoff conversation, you better believe Michigan State should be in that conversation. And that's my job, and that's why I'm here, and that's the staff that I'm going to bring.
Fitzgerald added he had a conversation with former football coach Jonathan Smith yesterday. He said Smith is a very good friend and he is going to work with the players to get them through this transition period. We'll have much more with Fitzgerald, as well as preview Michigan State's basketball game against Iowa. It's the Big Ten opener for the Spartans, who will be looking to move to 8-0 this season. Live inside the Breslin Center, Ian Kress, 6 Sports.
All right, thank you, Ian. Well, football fans in East Lansing are reacting to the new Spartan man at the helm for the team, and it turns out there are mixed reactions. 6
News reporter Zach Prees is here for you now with what people are saying.
It didn't take long for the Spartans to find their next head football coach after the firing of Jonathan Smith after just his 2nd season with the team. And they turned to the Northwestern Wildcats former head coach Pat Fitzgerald, and it has fans in East Lansing excited.
Michigan State announced Pat Fitzgerald as their next head football coach yesterday. They're turning to the former Northwestern head coach who led the Wildcats to 2 Big Ten West Division titles and 10 bowl game appearances. Some fans are cautious, saying they wish the Spartans would have explored other options first. But other fans are excited for what the future holds, hopeful that Fitzgerald might just provide the spark the Spartans need to turn things around.
What he did in his 4 years at Northwestern was good for their team and program at that point, so I feel like he could turn around MSU. Definitely, they do need a bigger culture, I feel like, especially after the past couple years. But yeah, I feel like he could really improve the program and the culture as MSU football.
Other fans add that they think Coach Fitzgerald could have even more success in East Lansing than he did with the Wildcats because they say they think he might have more NIL resources here. Reporting in East Lansing for 6 News, I'm Zach Prees.
Lansing officials are meeting right now to discuss where to put 50 Mod Pods to house the homeless.
The Nova Lansing Housing Initiative brought forth its top 5 locations from a list of 48 other locations, but only 9 of those properties scored high enough to be considered for financial review.
Taryn Simmons is joining us now live from the meeting. Taryn, you spoke to some people living near some of those top 5 locations. What did they say?
Yeah, Jorma Siobhan, as you can see right behind me, I'm also going to move out of the way just so that you can see the line of people who are waiting just to get inside of this meeting to comment on the 50 Mod Pods. The city's top locations are Debbie Stabenow Park, the Old Shabazz School, Comstock Park, Hunter Park, and Reasoner Park. You know, earlier today, I had the chance to speak to a few residents who live at Debbie Stabenow Park who believe that this 50 Mod Pod plan will ultimately fail.
A lot of people bring their kids down here.
Lansing resident Kirby Riles lives right across the street from Debbie Stabenow Park and says he was shocked to learn that his neighborhood would be a potential spot for 50 Mod Pods.
We don't think it's a good idea for the homeless. Who wants to live in one of these little things? It's living in a box. It's smaller than a lot of people's bathrooms. We think it's not good for them.
I live about 8 houses from the park.
Judy Mead agrees. She doesn't believe the concept is useful or helpful to the homeless population.
I don't like anyone living outside, let alone in the winter. And I think they should be placed in an apartment and try to get help that way because that's their ultimate goal. But there's no kitchen in their Mod Pod and it doesn't address all our homeless.
Should collect it. I don't know if you told
Lansing couple Tom Horton and Kat Story beg to differ. They think the Mod Pods are a solution to help those in need.
Any place is better than no place, and if we can capitalize on being able to put Mod Pods close to where people can access resources, which here at the Shabazz Academy is a fantastic place.
It's just nice to hear that people are going to have a chance to actually have some shelter when it's so cold outside, and it's just started snowing, and it makes me think about all the folks who just don't really have a consistent place to go.
As Lansing officials meet to discuss future plans on where to place the Mod Pods, Riles says he's got nothing against the homeless community. He argues the Mod Pods could bring a safety concern and that there are better alternatives to house people.
There are empty buildings here in Lansing. Down in South Washington, an 8-story apartment building. It's empty.
The meeting will allow people to give their comment and their stance on the location for the future Mod Pods. We'll have that reaction after the meeting, so stick with 6 News at 11. Here for you live in Lansing, Taryn Simmons, 6 News.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We are going to be staying dry and very cloudy across mid-Michigan this evening and overnight tonight. But you'll notice on satellite and radar there's another area of low pressure off to our northwest that still has some developing to do, but eventually it will move through our region tomorrow afternoon and evening, giving us another round of very light snow. Again, Precision Cast still going to show some rather quiet conditions as we go throughout the next several hours here. I really don't anticipate those light snow showers moving in until right around noon, and that's really going to be for our northwestern communities, including those in Gratiot, Montcalm, and then over in Ionia County as well. As we move throughout our Wednesday afternoon and evening, that light snow will continue to very slowly track off to the southeast. Even though it is going to be rather slow moving, notice it's still going to kind of be a broken line of these scattered light flurries that we are going to have to deal with, so overall snowfall totals aren't going to amount to much. As an added bonus, we are staying dry just in time for our Thursday. A lot more in the way of sunshine going to be possible across the region by then. From that area of low pressure that is going to be making its way through mid-Michigan tomorrow afternoon, only a light dusting of snow going to be possible across the region. I think the fact that this particular model is showing a trace amount to 1 inch, that 1 inch mark is still going to be rather generous for our region. But of course, any amount of snow that we are going to see still going to add to some of the holiday lights displays that we have across the area. Speaking of, the winner of today's holiday lights competition is Annie from over in Jackson. You can see if I move out of the way here, the gorgeous Christmas tree, then also some stockings right below the TV as well. In addition to these snow showers, we also have some cooler temperatures to think about. In fact, temperature outlook from December 8th all the way through the 12th kind of puts still these below normal temperatures right across the Midwest and off to the northeast as well. Outside right now here in the city of Lansing, temperatures 29 degrees, the same as our high for the day. Overnight lows were an improvement over in Jackson compared to what we were dealing with yesterday morning, waking up to readings of 15 degrees. Our liquid equivalent of snow from midnight is right around 2/100 of an inch in Jackson. We made it up to 30 degrees for a high over in Hillsdale, also topped out right around 30 for a high temperature in St. John's, currently sitting at 29 degrees. That peak wind gusts up to 6 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we are staying dry and mostly cloudy. Overnight lows cooling down to 17 degrees. Even though we have a high of 31 in the forecast for tomorrow, notice those winds out of the southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it is likely going to feel like we are in the mid-20s throughout the day. Just in time for our Wednesday, those winds calm down. Sunshine going to become just a little bit more prevalent across the area. Friday morning, 7 degrees for your overnight low. 6+6 day forecast still generally keeps us below freezing, with the exception for very late next weekend.
Got to get used to the cold. Here we are.
Here we are.
Bundle up. Thanks, Kendall.